determination of extent of plasma protein binding of drug at different concentrations. So, the determination of extent of plasma protein binding. So, here what is meant by protein binding? The protein binding is a complex process. So, after administration of the drug enters into systemic circulation and then it is binding to number of proteins which are present in our body. It may be blood plasma proteins or extravascular tissues. Mostly the drug is binding to plasma protein, that is albumin. So plasma protein, that is albumin. So as we know that when the drug is binding to the proteins, it is not available for therapeutic action. The free drug is only showing its therapeutic action. Whenever it is bind to plasma protein, it is not available for showing therapeutic action. So that's why there is a need to estimate how much extent it will be binding to plasma protein, because it will affecting all the pharmacokinetic properties of a drug as well as the therapeutic efficacy of the product. So how we can estimate? For this experiment, we have the two steps. In the first step, there is a separation or collection of the egg membrane. First step, collection of egg membrane. So for collection of egg membrane, we need to take egg. So we need to take egg and make a small hole. Make small hole to that egg and remove all the contents. Remove all the contents. Remove all the contents, and then it is placed in a beaker which contains 4:1 ratio of the HCl and water. So initially we take the egg and remove, make a small hole to that and remove all the contents, and now it is placed in a beaker which is placed in a beaker which contains a 4:1 ratio of HCl and water. So mostly 80 ml of the HCl and 20 ml of water. And after 20 minutes, whatever the shell will be dissolved, the shell will get dissolved and it will give the membrane. So within 20 minutes, all the shell will be dissolved and we can get the membrane. So after that, which is need to collect and wash with the distilled water, and now the egg membrane is tied to the open cylinder. So we need to take a open cylinder. It is open. It has the opens at both the ends. Now this egg membrane is tied to the one end of the open tube. So now the egg membrane was tied to the one end of the open cylinders. So that is the first step. Coming to the second step. So in case of second step, we need to proceed with the protein binding study. Protein binding study. For this study, we need to prepare the 3 different concentrations of solutions. So that is 1% and 3% and 5% concentrations of the drug, as well as 6% of albumin solution. As a protein, we need to take 6% of albumin solution. So for doing a protein binding studies, initially we need to prepare the different concentrations of drug solutions like 1%, 3%, 5% of drug solution. And meanwhile, 6% of a protein solution, that is albumin solution. In each concentration, we need to take 2 ml of solution and place it in 2 test tubes. From each concentration, we need to take 2 ml of drug solution and add 2 test tubes. And in one test tube, drug solution plus add 2 ml of water. unbound drug. To determine the percent unbound values, in one test tube you need to take 2 ml of drug solution and add 2 ml of water. In another test tube, we need to take 2 ml of drug solution plus 2 ml of albumin solution for studying percent protein binding. Percent protein binding. Similarly, for next two concentrations are also similarly we need to take 2 test tubes. 2 test tubes we need to take. In one test tube drug plus water and another test tube drug plus albumin. This is for 3%. And this, in case of 5% also we need to take the 2 test tubes drug plus water, drug plus albumin. This is for 5% concentration. Now we have the 6 test tubes. So all the solutions kept for half an hour for interaction. So keep aside, all the test tubes are keep aside for interaction between the drug and albumin. So for complexation process, complexation between the drug and protein, we need to keep aside for half an hour. So meanwhile we need to prepare the dissolution medium or diffusion study. So for that diffusion study we need to take a magnetic stirrer and keep a beaker which contains 100 ml of 50 ml of dissolution medium, 50 ml of water. So for performing the protein binding studies, we need to take a beaker which contains the 50 ml of dissolution medium or water, and now whatever the open cylinder which is tied with the egg membrane which is placed or inserted into these solution. So just the egg membrane will be just in contact with the drugs or whatever the dissolution solution. So just in contact with the solution, with the help of a stand we need to place. Now whatever the drug solution we are kept for half an hour, now it is introduced into the open cylinder. The drug plus albumin or otherwise drug plus water solution which is introduced into the open cylinder, and now it is performed which is magnetically stirred by at 100 rpm. So the beaker, the solution which is present in the beaker is magnetically stirred by the magnet at 100 rpm and at specific intervals of time. So that is 15 minutes of intervals of the time we need to collect the 2 ml of sample. 2 ml of sample. At each interval we need to replace the water, the fresh water to maintain the sink conditions. So after each interval we are collecting the 2 ml of the sample and which is analyzed by the UV spectroscopy. So now we have the different concentrations of the solutions. Now we have the absorbance values. So for 1%, 3% and 5%. So in for 3 batches we have both the values, water values as well as drug plus albumin values. Water values and drug plus albumin values. Water values and drug plus albumin values. So whatever the values which is get for water, it indicates protein unbound. Whereas a drug plus albumin, it will give protein bound values. By calculating these two values, we can calculate the percent protein by using a formula. The percent protein binding is equals to the percent unbound minus percent protein bound unbound value minus protein bound divided by unbound into 100. By using a formula, the percent protein binding is equals to unbound minus protein bound divided by unbound into 100. So how we get the unbound and protein bound So these protein unbound values indicates, so whatever the adsorbents which get at the water, so it is known as the test adsorbents. Test adsorbents by standard adsorbents into dilution factor into volume of dissolution medium, that is 100 into standard concentration by the 1000 paise we get the concentration in micrograms, so in mg. So the unbound value will be, or unbound or protein bound can be calculated from the formula of test adsorbents into the dilution factor into volume of dissolution medium, that is 100 divided by the standard adsorbents into 1000 into standard concentration, the whole into standard concentration. By using this formula, we need to calculate either unbound or protein bound values. And now these two values are substituted in the above equation, that is unbound minus protein bound divided by unbound into 100. It will give the percent protein bound. So after getting these two values, we need to plot a graph. The time versus the time on x-axis and percent protein bound on y-axis. So as the time proceeds, as we know that percent protein binding will be increasing. At three different concentrations, we get the three curves. One is for 1% and next one is the 3%, another one is the 5%. So this is about the, finally we need to report. So as the concentration of the drug increases, there is an increase in the percent protein bound. So whatever the values we get, we need to report. Generally the report will be, as the concentration increases, the percent protein binding will be increases. So this is the experiment, the extent of determination of extent of plasma protein binding. It consists of two steps. First one is the collection of egg membrane. For the collection, we need to make a small hole and remove all the contents. Now this egg will be placed in a beaker which contains 80 ml of HCl and 20 ml of the water. After 20 minutes, all the shell will be dissolved and get egg membrane. Now the egg membrane was collected and washed with the distilled water, which is tied to the one end of the open cylinder. And now simultaneously we need to prepare the three different concentrations of the drug solutions like 1, 3, 5% and 6% of albumin. In each solution, 2 ml of the solution is taken into test tubes. In one test tube, we need to take 2 ml of drug solution plus 2 ml of the water. In another test tube, 2 ml of drug and 2 ml of albumin. For 3 solutions, we need to make these dilutions. Now, these test tubes are kept aside for half an hour for contact between the drug and protein. After the contact period complete, now the solution is taken into a open cylinder and now the open cylinder is placed in a beaker which is placed on the magnetic stirrer which is stirred at 100 rpm. And now at different time intervals of 15 minutes of interval, we need to collect the sample and go for analysis, UV analysis. We get the different adsorbance values. Whatever the values which is get from the water, it indicates unbound values. The values which we get from the drug plus albumin indicates protein bounding values. So finally, by using a formula of percent protein binding is equals to unbound minus protein bound divided by unbound into 100. We will get the percent protein binding. So how we can collect so we have only the adsorbance value, we don't have the unbound values. So how to calculate these unbound and protein bound? By using a dissolution formula as we know from earlier. So that is the test adsorbance into dilution factor into volume of dissolution medium, that is 100 divided by standard adsorbance into 1000 into the whole into standard concentration. The standard concentration and standard adsorbance can be get from calibration curve. So after that, finally we need to plot a graph between time versus percent protein bound values. So for 3 concentrations we have the 3 different curves. So from the graph we can report that as the concentration of drug increases, the percent protein binding is also increases. So we need to perform a fast movement.